welcome to the Wise Man Show. I'm really delighted to have you on, Jerome.
Wow.
I think I came across your software through a number of friends of mine who are playing with it, and they're saying, "Look, this is amazing. This is how it's. I haven't found anything as easy to use as Smart Recruiters." So I just wanted to give you the opportunity, Jerome, just to tell us in a nutshell, and that means in a couple of sentences, what Smart Recruiter really is.
Well, yeah, thank you for having me. Smart Recruiters is the next generation of recruiting software. It's easy, it's open, it's social, and it's free.
I'm a recruiter. I've got a busy day. I've got different types of software I'm trying to get a handle on. Why should I use your software?
Actually, our software is the only thing you'd need to use. And that's probably the best reason why you should use it. Recruiting is a pain. It's difficult, whether you're a recruiter or even worse, you're a hiring manager, or an HR person in a small company. Recruiting is painful. And why is it painful? Exactly as you said, because you've got thousands of different places to go to find candidates, because you have multiple different systems, and it's just hard. We make it easy. So we bring, main things that people are aiming for. First, they want to get great candidates. So we bring all of the best sources of candidates at their fingertips, all integrated, all embedded into one system. So you have one job and you can directly push it out to all of the free boards, all of the social networks, and all of the paid boards, wherever your candidates might come from. We also power your website and plug in widgets into your website, so you don't need to worry about that. We integrate with Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, so you don't need to worry about that part either. And we consolidate all of the candidates into one place, giving you an easy way to share, review, rate candidates. So it's an all-in-one solution that really makes it easy. As you get onto our website at SmartRecruiters.m4v, you can sign up to use the software. When you sign up, it's real time. We immediately create for you your own small recruiting software. It's all web-based. There's nothing to install, no complexity. You literally can get started within seconds. And as you are starting to use Smart Recruiters, you could just create your first job and post it. That's it. That's all there is to do to start collecting candidates. Now, if you have if you're not in here to recruit one person, but you're actually recruiting, dozens or hundreds of people, then you probably want to spend some time setting up the software for your own purposes. So in that case, you could start to explore some of our configuration options. You can personalize your process. You can personalize communication. You can add your employer brand, and you can start to invite colleagues to share candidates with them. So you can play around and kind of set it up and personalize it, or you can start to use it within seconds.
Is it the case that once you only see the candidate if he's actually applied to a job that's been distributed by Smart Recruiter, or does Smart Recruiter pick it up regardless of whether he's applied or not?
We primarily focus on creating that link between the person who has a job and the person who is looking for a job. And so technically that link, which we call applying, is in fact more often than not becomes just a social connection. So we try to make it extremely easy for candidates to engage with the recruiter and vice versa. And so the minute that social connection is created, we start to track applicant. I hate this word, and it's probably not what we should be using, but that's what people are used to. In our world, we actually bring candidates into a collaborative environment where they and the hiring team can start to interact. And, the short way of saying it is recruiting is social. It's always been a social activity. We have sort of dehumanized that process with applicant tracking workflow crap over the last many years, which, I have contributed to build. So I will share my part of the blame here. And I think, we just need to brings recruiting back to its root as a social activity. So that's what we try to do, easy and social. I have to tell you, I mean, this is like the industry's best kept secret is that everything we do to automate, pre-screen, pre-rank, forms, online questionnaires, all of this does one thing. It filters out the best candidates. The best candidates do not go through this pain. They're not coming here. Now they are called passive candidates. Why are they passive? Because you're preventing them from engaging with you and becoming active. Back in 99, when I started Mr. Ted, we were kind of the first to market in Europe with a multilingual enterprise talent acquisition platform. And it sounded very clear that we got to take all that paper and put it online, and we got to take all this mess and automate it. And that's what we've done. And I've done this for hundreds and hundreds of really large scale organizations around the world. And honestly, I'm not sure we kind of improved things too much. We enabled, so it was better than paper, because paper is even worse. So it was better than paper, but is it really recruiting? Is it really kind of grabbing the best candidates, building the right relationship, and helping businesses to make the right choice? I'm not sure. Yeah.
I think that this is probably the first reason why recruiters would go for this. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably the reason why they do it, because they think, right, I love all this LinkedIn, I love all this Twittering. However, if I can find a one-click fix to that, then I'm going to do it. And there you go, adding to the automation. There you go, sort of adding to this dehumanization, aren't you, Jerome?
No, you're not. The main problem that people have with distribution is primarily where do they post their jobs. So I'm an HR manager. I've got a 200 people company, and now we need to recruit an accountant. So what do I do? Where do I start? How do I find this candidate? That's what makes recruiting difficult. People don't know. They don't have access. The market is so fragmented that they don't know. So the expensive answer is, you call your nearby headhunter and you buy a resume for £5,000. The smart answer is you spray and pray, maybe, or as people say. So you post your job on 5 boards and you hope for the best. Or we actually bring all those sources to you, and we tell you which ones work. So we actually transparently, across all of our customer base, we aggregate data and we say, oh, you need a marketing manager in an internet business in San Francisco? Don't bother with Career Builder. Craigslist will do the job. Yeah? This is what people primarily come for in terms of distribution. The other thing that they come from is ease of use. I mean, most of the software vendors have gone so clunky with so many features that even the person who set it up doesn't know how it works. And the hiring managers, they want to have nothing to do with this system. And that's wrong. We actually we make it so easy that the hiring managers are just craving to get in there and help and collaborate and exchange comments. And again, by making it social and collaborative as opposed to automated, that really makes a difference. So easy, open, social, and then of course, it's free. It's entirely free. So you pay nothing. It's completely free. There's no limitation. There's no catch. There's no premium features. No 30 days. Nothing. It is entirely free as it gets. And so now I ask the question back and say, well, why would you pay for recruitment software? Tell me again, why would you pay for that? It's a bit like, would you pay for an online email account? Or before Gmail arrived, yes, you would, but now. Would you? No, you wouldn't. I mean, these things are free. Well, that's it. Recruiting software is free.
Okay. tell me how you're going to make your money then, Jerome. I mean, I understand the philosophy. Once you've gone free, very difficult to charge. Everyone's seen this now. With the music side, even with LinkedIn, probably the most famous example of, hey, listen, let's chuck it all out for free and then start, edging back the services and making it difficult for people to use the free account. How are you going to do it, Jerome?
So we have zero intention to come up with limitations in the future because we already have found the business model that works very well for us. Inside the system, I told you that we were bringing sources, job boards, databases, and this kind of. So we are actually bringing all these vendors plugged into the system. Every time, as a customer, you buy a post to Monster, or you buy a post to LinkedIn, or you buy whatever, we get a commission from them. So we are a distribution channel. And I don't believe in freemium. Freemium is not disruptive. Free is disruptive, but mium is not. So I wanted something really disruptive, and that's how we got started with Smart Recruiters, and ended up creating the company in September last year. So from a candidate perspective, it would probably work similar to a traditional recruitment software. You see a job, you want to engage. We try to make a difference for candidates by making that engagement process very easy. So our primary entry points are either your LinkedIn Connect or your Facebook Connect. Either one of these will allow you to engage with the recruiter. If you want, you can upload a resume. If you want, you can also manually enter 15 different fields to create your resume and so on. So we offer the traditional way, but what we really promote is the social connection. So you just get in there and say, oh, I'm interested in this job. And then the software say, oh, great. Who are you? And then you go, oh, connect with my LinkedIn. And they go, oh, yeah, that's who you are. Okay, you move on.
I'm really pleased you're saying this, Jerome, because I've gone into a number of conflicts online with regards to things like the CV, for example, the resume. And I'll declare right now to everyone, I'm hostile to the resume.
The resume is dead. It's
I think,
just a matter of
absolutely
time.
ridiculous that we are still using a 2-page Word document that's completely unverified. We're sticking that into some kind of machine, and the machine sort of churns around. And half the problems we have in recruitment is because we are dependent on this document. It's absurd. So I'm really pleased to see that you guys have sort of created a system where the CVs are kind of optional, and it's in fact the more difficult thing to do to utilize it, as opposed to just click through on a LinkedIn Connect or a Facebook.
Absolutely. Yeah, and there's been many discussions recently, actually this week and last week, about LinkedIn coming up with a revised, apply with LinkedIn button, and so we've been involved in that project with LinkedIn, and I think they're really moving in the right direction. When they finally make the announcement, I think people will see it's really smart, and in general, I think the Word resume is gone. I don't know if you're familiar with a company called doyoubuzz.com.
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, right there. If so, you could say, "Oh, my LinkedIn profile is my connection. Does it really represent me?" Okay, I accept that argument. But then go for a doyoubuzz resume. Then you have everything, and it's online, and Google understands it, and everybody understands. I mean, so your resume should not be on your hard drive. It should be in the cloud, available.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. I mean, I honestly think that the CV's been dead for a long time. It's been artificially kept alive by the needs of the ATS system.
Absolutely.
Or by the needs of recruiters who basically are still filing it away in Outlook somewhere. So we've got to get away from throwing CVs around. That's just that's absurd.
Yeah, and if we ask candidates to go away from CVs, maybe we can ask recruiters to go away from databases, right? That's a message that customers, ATS customers, big names, and recruiters are not prepared to hear yet. I say it usually with a very kind tone to it. I say, when you dig in your database, you are hunting in a graveyard. And that's not convincing anyone so far, but I think it will move on. I founded the Zero Unemployment movement earlier this year, and what we do is we basically believe that through technology and innovation, we can make the employment market, the labor market, function more effectively. And so we are a social grassroots movement, several thousand fans on Facebook and quite a lot of activity on Twitter and elsewhere, on blogging, on videos. We just make noise around this idea of saying, guys, recruitment sucks. We need to fix it. We need to change it. And if we change it, if we make hiring easy, we could change the economy. We really can change. I'll ask it simple. What would the economy look like if hiring was easy? Think about it. If businesses had an unlimited access to talent, just need somebody, here's somebody. Oh, need somebody else, here's somebody else. Unlimited access to talent. How many more projects, how many more businesses, how many more jobs would be created? Unemployment is not a fatality. Unemployment is the simple consequence. It's the price we pay for having an ineffective, inefficient labor market. And we can change that. That's what we do with the Zero Unemployment movement.